to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. It's Robin Fritz, and we're live in Seattle, Washington, with 3 easy well-being tips for 2018. So Coffee and Cosmos with Robin normally airs on Tuesdays, and for 2018, I decided to move it to Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's 2 Eastern time. It's the same day as I air my radio show at OwnTimes.com radio, the practical, intuitive, mind, body, spirit for the real world. So it gives us a chance to chat today, and also to give you an opportunity to remind you to call into the radio show today if you have questions or comments or want a quick reading. So to start out 2018, I want to talk today about 3 easy well-being tips for 2018. And by easy, I mean quick and easy. And we'll also do our normal guided meditation, crystal of the week, healing. And for 2 people who'd like to volunteer, 2 quick readings, if we have time for it. So I hope you're hearing me. I'm having a little trouble with audio on my computer. But again, welcome. I love doing these Facebook Lives, and I love being a member of the Om Times community, a member of their experts platform, and a host of a radio show. But I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and a certified past life regression specialist with a practice based in Seattle, Washington. So today I want to talk about 3 easy well-being tips for 2018. And first, I would like to start the day in the new year with a guided meditation with the crystal Fallon. Fallon is citrine Lemurian quartz. You can see all those angles and planes in him. As I'm seeing him right now, he's a pretty clear quartz, but citrine has a very pale yellow cast to it. So as you're gazing into the crystal, and we're meditating just briefly, very briefly today, on boosting our mind, body, and spirit for 2018 as we continue that soul growth that we started when we were born. So if you take a deep breath, just breathe in all healthy, positive energy straight to your solar plexus, your gut. And then take your attention to the top of your head. And as you take a deep breath, just imagine that you're connecting mind, body, and spirit more closely together. And as you breathe down your face all the way to the bottom of your feet, just imagine that any energy block, any care of the days, anything just releases, and this is your soul spa time for the day, just this quick minute. So breathing down from the top of your head, down your face, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. Top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And just feel that energy move quickly. It happens very quickly with Fallon. And just feel yourself releasing whatever cares of the day you have today. And now, as you imagine your feet, thinking of the energy at your feet, imagine Fallon as a rotating gold light outside your body. And as it moves up your body, it fills you up with healthy, positive energy. Fallon is a healer and a truth bringer. So imagine that gold light flooding your heart and your whole body with healthy energy. So imagine moving up from your feet to your knees, your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your neck, your throat chakra, speak your truth, your face, and the top of your head, your crown chakra. So most often people will experience lightheadedness when their crown chakra opens in connection with Fallon. So don't be worried about that. We'll close it down at the end of the hour. So I want to talk about these 3 easy well-being tips and how I came up with them. And I'd like you to experiment with them during the week and see what you come up with. But also I'm inviting 2 people who have quick questions to ask quick questions, intuitive insight today. And again, we're going to be continuing to air on Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So, you know how every year we think about New Year's resolutions, right? We think about, we're going to do all these big things for the year. But the thing of it is, we focus on a whole year, and I personally find it easier to focus on each day. It helps me catch up with myself if I'm behind in learning to love myself or my family better, or a work issue, or just the day itself, because we often don't just appreciate the day itself. Also, my mindset is to have things work for me really quickly and easily. And I know you agree with that. We're busy enough. So, and we also make resolutions on our birthdays. Our birthdays come around and we think, okay, so what happened last year and what do I want for next year? So while you're making New Year's resolutions on January 1st, it's also my birthday. So I did them both, right? And I'm thinking, what do I want to do differently this year, and how can I move forward very quickly and easily each day, focusing on the benefits to me and the benefits to my family and how that gives back to the world. So I came up with these easy tips, and the reason I want them to be easy and quick for you is that my underlying business philosophy and personal philosophy is that we are all intuitives and healers. So we are all capable of joining in and really tapping our own intuition. And to do that, we need to do it just really quickly. You don't need to stop and think about your intuition. And I want these tips to come quickly and easily to you. And as I've been practicing them over the last week or so, they come very quickly to me. And also, I want you to do it every night before you go to bed. And you're going, okay, why before you go to bed? Because our brains are working during the night. Our brains are thinking about our day, and our brains are processing the information we took in during the day and coming up with ideas and solutions or questions and concerns for the next day. And our intuition is working then too. So let it work for you while you're sleeping. It won't interfere with your sleep, but if it does, let me know next week. And just see how you feel about this, because I've really enjoyed it. So every night before you go to bed, ask yourself 3 questions. What am I most grateful for today? What went really well? And what could go better? Now, you see, those are really simple questions. What am I most grateful for today? What went really well? And what could go better? Now, the answers are really very simple. For example, for me yesterday, Sunday, what was I most grateful for? Well, a friend and I have birthdays right now at this time of year, and she's moving away for 8 months while they're building a house in the neighborhood. So we had lunch together. I was so grateful that we carved time out of our busy schedules to just sit down and catch up. And that was great. I was really, really grateful for that. What went well was that after we parted and went our separate ways, I got all my grocery shopping and errands done for the week so that I can concentrate on work and clients and my writing and everything this week and not have to run to the grocery store. So I thought that was pretty well. Also, I had another thing, is that I had some really great playtime with my dog and cat. And so we all 3 really enjoyed ourselves. What could I have done better? Could have gone for a longer walk with the dog, even in the pouring down rain. And I could have vacuumed. So I had 2 things really. But you see how simple it is. And I want you to do it just really quickly. Don't think about it. Just what happened. And so what it does is it gives you this quick review of the day. And then you go to bed and you wake up the next day. And I guarantee you're going to have this spurt of energy the next day, because you're going to be all excited about what your brain and your intuition came up with during the night. And you're going to go off to work and you're going to see your family and your friends and whatever, or no one, as the case may be at sometimes. And your days are going to start really being very intimate and very personal. And that's the times when those are the times when we can really grow our souls, when we can really tap into how magnificent our lives really are and how every little moment really counts. So I hope that makes sense to you. And I hope try it out and come back next week, next Monday at 11 o'clock here at Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. And let me know how it worked for you, or send me an email at robin@robinfritz.com. That's my website. Or connect with me at The Practical Intuitive on Facebook. and let me know what you think, or, let me know a question that you have. And so again, because this is a new day and everything for us, I'm really enjoying these times where we can communicate with people. It does really make sense, doesn't it? And it's so simple and easy. But here's the thing. A lot of people tell me, well, I just can't tap my intuition. And I know I was there once. It's like I'm sitting there waiting for something to happen. And it's already happened like ages ago, because our intuition, all the information our intuition needs is already floating out there. And so at nighttime, it gives you an opportunity for your intuition and your brain to work together, boost you up with easy stuff. So if there's anyone who wants a quick reading today, let me know, type it in here. And that's great. Or if you're shy, send me an email or connect with me again on Facebook at the Practical Intuitive page. But I want to move quickly to the crystal of the week, because I love crystals and they are really powerful, and they are powerful psychologically, but they're also very powerful in our bodies. And okay, what's your question? Humanity, healing, activism. Ooh, I love that. Oh, Lisa, can you call into my radio show? I like to do, I'm sure your son as well, but the mediumship things are really, really personal. Call into the radio show or tap me quickly at the Practical Intuitive. Those take a little bit longer than quickly. But here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, Lisa. What is the main vibe for 2018? Thanks for that. Lisa, yes, connect with me later, because I want it to be personal for you, and we can do a quick 15-minute, quick session too, if you'd like, through my website. But here's the thing. You can connect with your loved ones on your own, and I'm teaching that in my new book, and I'm going to be doing another webinar on that. There's a webinar already up that you can try. It's called Resolving Grief and Connecting with Our Dead, at the Learn It Live platform, the experts.omtimes.com/Robin Fritz. And that webinar will give you some tips on connecting with your dead on your own. And it's easy as saying, hello, whatever your beautiful son's name was, I love you, it's okay, let me know how you're doing. And that works on how your intuition works. And I'm going to be doing a series of webinars on that. So if you see, hear, feel, or know things better, that's how you'll be able to connect to your son. So if you're feeling like, I'm not hearing him talk to me, and I'm talking to him, it may be because your intuition runs towards feelings, Lisa, or just knowing. And so sit with that. Sit quietly for 10 minutes, invite him to come to you, tap how your intuition works, see how it works. And then let me know next week here on Facebook Live how that worked for you, because I am all about really maintaining a great connection with our dead. Some of you may know that as a medium, why be a conduit? Rick, I love the question. I'm not quite sure what it means. So if you could let me know what that means, I'd really appreciate it. Connecting with our dead. I work with my dad in the afterlife, so I know how powerful it is to be able to work with our dead. Lisa, that is great. And I love those, like, whatever they are, those little, I don't know how to do that. I know it should be right there on Facebook, how to add those little drawings, but they're cute. So the vibe for 2018. 2018 is going to be, you are a conduit for energy, for talking with the dead, for intuition, or is that a thought that you're feeling? Because I love that, Rick. Thanks for sharing that. We all are part of the cosmos together, and I want each of you to know how important you are to the world and to the universe, because we each came here with a goal. And that goal is to continue to grow our souls. And we came with other things that we were planning to do. And as humans, we tend to forget them. So the wonderful thing that the Om Times community does is give us a place to share this together and to be together and to support each other and build each other up. Oh, Rick, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And I know this because I'm out there in public working as an intuitive and spiritual consultant. I work with a crystal. I know how weird that sounds. And even my own family, is like, why can't you get a real job? To me, it is a real job. So it's like the Om Times community is our safe haven for all of us. It's a place for us to share and grow together. And that's why I love that they have created this for us to be together. Now, the vibe for 2018. There are things that I've seen happening in 2018 that will devastate the United States of America. And I'm sorry to say that. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. And it involves politics and involves people in politics and a devastating event that will change our country forever. Let's hope that that does not occur. However, we like or dislike the people in power. We do not want harm to come to anyone, even our neighbors, even anybody, even the bad people who are in jail for things that they've done. We want everyone to grow in peace and love, and we want everyone who's made a mistake to learn from it and to grow. I make mistakes every day, and I hope every day gets better. And that's why I offered these 3 easy well-being tips for 2018, because they remind us to focus in on our daily lives, not to be insular, not to cut ourselves off from the world, but to grow ourselves in such tremendous aspects of love and connection that affects the world around us and everything becomes better. So I do see some terrible events happening in 2018. But I also see something positive coming from that. And that's that all of us are becoming more aware of how our actions and our thoughts affect each other. And so I think we'll be seeing more community interaction like this around the country, around the world. We have to remember that even though like a lot of us are here in the United States, Om Times has a worldwide audience. So I hear from people all over the world. And everyone is concerned not just about the environment, but about how humans interact with others. And I think we are going to see more of our questioning of how it is. I hope this is one time that doesn't, I do too. I really do. And I am putting some of the energy of my intuitive and healing work into making sure that I don't contribute to any of the really serious issues that I see happening in 2018. But as you also see in the last few months, people are waking up to the fact that they have personal power. And I want all of you to know that as your theme for 2018 and these easy well-being tips is that you have the power to not just grow yourself, but to make an impact in the world. And that is so important. And every single one of you needs to know how important you are to the world. And you need to look at your animal families and realize they're not there to serve you. They're not there to be your gurus or your teachers. They're there to grow themselves in family with you. And those are tremendous things. So if we start looking at the world around us as equal beings with consciousness, with souls, with intelligence, with jobs to do, with choice about doing the jobs, and definitely with opinions. Every being that I talk to has an opinion. If we start looking at the world as a cooperation of equals, then that love that comes from that self-love, that self-confidence, exactly, Rick, exactly. That love creates light, and that light just illuminates the dark places and makes a choice for us. And it makes a choice for celebrating and manifesting the good in the world. And we are all capable of doing that. So if the events that I see happen, I want each of you to know that you can make a difference by being positive, by being gracious, by grieving if necessary, but by holding, the United States of America has a soul. Every country has a soul. Hold that soul in the palm of your hand and hold it in your heart and love it and tell it that every country, every person, every being has tough times, and we can move forward in these tough times together. And by that, we become stronger, we become better. We we become angels in bodies. And that's what you want to look at for 2018. What can you speak up and say and defend? How can you help your neighbor? How can you help your family? How can you show love in the world? And I used to think love was kind of silly. Because I didn't love myself, and I didn't know that. And we're going to be talking about that in 2018 on my radio show here on Facebook Live. I didn't become a medium because I wanted to talk to dead people. I honestly didn't think they had anything to say to us because of what I saw other mediums doing, telling people what their names were, or what clothes they were wearing. But when my dad came and asked me to help the stuck dead, the ones who hadn't made it to the afterlife, and I started working with them, and then I started working with clients and saying, tell me who you want to talk with, and let's talk about whatever it is that you and they need to talk about. I saw tremendous healing happen between the living and the dead, tremendous love and connection and growth on both sides, where the dead were saying, yeah, I guess I could have been better about that. And the living saying, oh, I finally got closure on that. This is love. This is love in our daily lives. This is sending love to our dead. So Lisa, tell your son how much you love him, how much you did not want to lose him. And all of us with that, all of us, for anyone that we've lost, human or animal, it is important. They are souls. They chose those bodies to grow their souls. And sometimes things happen and they leave us sooner than they should or we would like. And we can't answer that. We don't know why that happens. It's just life. So for 2018, let's move forward together as a community, showing love and support to each other. If you see someone on the street who needs help, help them. Be smart about it. Listen to your intuition. Go out and find something to believe in that matters to you. Write blog articles, write letters to the editor. Go out and live your life, letting love out instead of holding in. And that could change the energy of these horrible events that I see coming forward. So with that, let's move on to the crystal of the week. And I'm really grateful that we've had this conversation together because this is carnelian. Hi, Victoria. I'm so glad you're here because I wasn't sure how many people would realize we'd switched from Tuesdays to Mondays. So crystal of the week is carnelian. Now, carnelian is really interesting. It's an orange-red crystal. It's a root chakra crystal. And you might kind of get a feeling for where we're going with this just because of the shape of this crystal. I found this in Asheville, North Carolina, years ago, 2012, actually. My beloved soulmate dog had died, so I went to be with my best friend and her family. And carnelian is traditionally a root chakra or a survival chakra crystal. Oh, yes, Brenda, yes. Well, you're going to love this, Brenda, because when you're doing crystal healing, and when I work with people doing soul clearings or even just energy healing or even a past life regression, healing energy is always involved in it. And sometimes you can lay people down on a, my mind went blank, massage table and, put crystals in different areas of their body. So this tends to be the root chakra, the survival crystal, the color and everything, but just the crystal. And this is a good lesson that if you're looking for a crystal for a specific thing, you can find lots of books or Kim Valines at Earthlight Rocks and Gems in Kirkland, Washington. I've known her for some years now, and she's also sponsoring my radio show. She's going to be on coming up here. But have they ever told me they are what? Dead? Have they ever told me they're dead? Yes, they have. Oh, Rick, we're going to have to talk. Yes, the dead are very clear that they're dead most of the time. Sometimes you have to tell them. Though I don't know what the walking dead are. But the world is grateful that you are helping them and sending information to their families. So root chakra survival issues, right? And so it's also known for stabilizing, for calmness, for high energy. So great for those 3 well-being tips that I talked about early on. Carnelian roots us in the present, right? So it assists us in making good mind, body, spirit choices. And that's also in line with the well-being tips. But this particular crystal has a mind of its own, as all my crystal family does. This particular crystal, almost without exception, every client who's here in my Seattle office recognizes this as a heart chakra stone. So there you go. It works largely as a heart chakra stone, even though it's carnelian. So what does that say to you? It says every stone has its own personality and its own job to do in the world. And this particular stone came to me as not just a root chakra, but a heart chakra stone. So that would be our theme for 2018. These well-being tips are helping you really open your heart to love. Oh, spiritually dead people. Yeah, sometimes you can't get through to those. So they're alive, but not spiritually alive. And, maybe that's whatever they chose in this lifetime, or maybe they're just busy, or maybe they're just tuned out. But thank you for doing that work, Rick, because people really need it. So let's wrap up for today. I want to thank everyone for joining me, and I want to do a quick few business tips. One is that you can find me at my website, robinfritz.com. I offer personal and business intuition. I have a lot of people buy an hour and use it up in 15-minute increments, especially businesses. Animal communication, mediumship, space clearing, what I call intuitive soul connections. So you want to talk to the soul of your business. You want to talk to the soul of your land. You want to look at the soul of a place before you buy it. That would be what that involves. And on the spiritual side, past life and between life regression, soul progression clearing. Rick, thank you so much for joining us today. Spiritual journeys and spiritual awakening and energy healing. So you can find me there. You can also find me at my radio show. And I've got some really cool topics. Today at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 Eastern, is how sensitives and empaths can survive. What's sensitives and empaths, what that really means, and how you can make empathy your strength, not a defect. Important conversation. Next week on January 15th, how to be a love warrior. And that's really a month ahead of Valentine's Day, because I'm not a Valentine's Day enthusiast. But the important thing, and again, a theme of the year, is self-love and learning to love ourselves. So we'll be joined, Brenda, thank you so much. We'll be joined by my crystal sponsor, Kim Vaughn. She's so funny and she's so smart and has healthy crystals. And on January 26th, or 22nd, really special show with Tim Link, a famous animal communicator, energy healer, a wonderful man. We're going to be talking about our animal family members and animals as family members, not as gurus and teachers. So real practical things. So there's that. And then if you go to the experts platform at Om Times, you can see the webinars that I have up now. There are 15 of them. Some are free, some are paid. Enjoy them at your leisure. And I'm offering a multi-series webinar series coming up on energy boundaries, empaths and sensitives, and how to use your intuition and learn to manage our energy boundaries in our daily lives. So 2018, a busy year for all of us. I want to thank you for joining us today. And let's close out with getting ourselves grounded back into our bodies. This is a healing technique I was taught by a goddess. And, she kind of had to remind me that she was a goddess, because I really didn't even know they existed. Which just shows we all get to learn something, right? Every day. So hands on the heart, just breathe in that positive, healthy energy, and then breathe it into the palms so you feel your breath, and just imagine that energy. And then hold your palms out and let that go. Oh, thank you, and so much love to you too, Victoria. Hands on your heart, breathe that in. Breathe into your palms, and then re-ground that energy into your body. Energy is sentient. Invite it to heal and support you as it heals and supports the world. Thank you so much for joining me today. Try those easy well-being tips. Let me know next week how they're working for you. Call today on my radio show for a quick reading, or to comment on the sensitives and empaths. And at omtimes.com radio. Should have put the phone number 202-570-7057, but you can go to the Practical Intuitive page and on Facebook and find it there. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week. Take care.